Good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. I'm not sure whether I need another cup of coffee or if I need a nap. Still trying to figure that out. How are you? 69 right now, and it is going to be warm today. High expected to be somewhere around 92. Now, things are totally different by tomorrow as we see a dip in the temperatures as to go down to about a high of 82 tomorrow, about 10 degrees difference. That's because rain is coming. We'll give you the full details on that here in just a few moments to let you know what's going on with all of that. Get that turned on where I left something off. Unlike me, isn't it? We've got a lot lined up for you today. We got some headlines that we'll go over that's happening, shaping America. We'll go over those. Plus, we've got big news as we tackle the 7 o'clock hour with all local news and headlines. Won't you join us? Be here for that. Right now, let's go get our good word for the day. We can't do that, as Don Williams said. Lord, I hope this day is good. Let's do that. Let's check it out with Collinsville First Baptist.
Man, I don't know about you, but gearing up towards wedding day and during the engagement period, I heard many seemingly harmless jokes about marriage. Mark, are you ready to be tied up to the old ball and chain? Or enjoy your freedom while you have it. If we were to take these jokes at face value, though, nothing could be further from the truth. It says in Proverbs 18:22 that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Men, we have found a good thing when we find a godly wife who is full of noble character and comes alongside us to build a joyous home. The Lord guided me to my wife, who is an absolute gift. She does as Proverbs 12:4 says, giving me dignity and honor, and has helped me make a good home for ourselves, our son, and our child she's carrying now. She supports me and is full of grace and beauty. James 1:17 says that every good and perfect gift is from God. God loves to give his children good gift. He is pleased to do it. When a man finds a good, godly woman to marry, it is a good gift. It is favor from the Lord. You men who are single, let the Lord lead you to a godly and grace-filled woman, and then marry her. She is a gift from God. And to you married men, don't ever take your wife for granted. Be a good husband. Love her, support her, and cherish her. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Susan joins us from Hickory this morning. How are you there? As we see that Susan's, Evelyn also from Hickory. We've got Debbie joining us from Crescent Lake. All the way up, I saw some other towns here mentioned just a moment ago. Quitman. James, how in the world are you doing there? Oh, Lord, Charlene's up. Always good to see her. Glad to have each and every one of you joining us this morning as we go over some headlines that have happened over the last 24 hours. Did y'all know about this? This one snuck past me. 4 Russian military aircraft were detected in Alaska in the defense zone. NORAD putting that out this morning. That's concerning. Why? I don't know the answer, but very concerning. California will be the latest school, and I see the point on this. Smartphones, they're going to restrict the use of smartphones while in school. As we all know, it can be distracting, and kids go off into left field and forget what they're doing. California is the latest to join that. Do y'all remember this, the FTX case? What was that guy's name? You know who I'm talking about, that stole all the money, the crypto money. One of his top officials, Carolyn Ellison, will be sentenced today. She worked with authorities. At one time, she was his on-off girlfriend, if you remember during all of that. Sam Bankman was his name. Sam Bankman-Fried is how you pronounce it. But she was his on and off girlfriend. She will be sentenced today for her role in that. $8 billion was stolen. Woof, woof, and woof. They've asked the judge to be lenient on her because she helped officials. We'll see how that turns out for her. We see in California that, and it was 2 small aircrafts collided. One of them landed safely, the other died. They were more or less training pilots. I think you could put it that way. It was not main aircrafts. It was people that did this for a hobby, crashed into each other. Sad news is that happens there. Another has been arrested. I don't know how. We would probably be shocked on a daily level. We don't know all of this. Across the board, daily, how many people are arrested for threatening people when it comes to politics. on both sides of parties, whether it's a Democrat or Republican. We have another person that's been arrested from Idaho. He threatened Trump during a phone call to authorities. They've arrested him. How much time he will spend, we don't know just yet. Here's a move for you. Trump, he's headed back to Pennsylvania to the exact same location. October 5th is the date that he will be there. That's the place that an assassination attempt, the first one, took place. He's going back there October the 5th, back to Pennsylvania. We'll see how that rally turns out. We're expecting a huge crowd for that. As we get into this next story, I can see this becoming major. I think more people are going to do this. Anybody remember the name Reggie Bush? He was a college football player. Made all types of, he was good at what he done. All right, as we know that there have been changes in the last little bit when it comes to people in college football, how they can earn money. He is now going back and suing the school and the football because of money they made off of him. His point is if they can make money now, he should be paid for the money that he had then. How do you think that will turn out? NCAA is who he's suing along with the college. Speechless. But I do expect more and more of that. We had a bull captured. This time they were having a rodeo. You've seen these rodeos to where it's kind of like the Neshoba County Fair rodeo, where they sit up out in the middle and they hold a rodeo. This would happen here. Massachusetts is where it happened. He got loose in downtown, big city there. Roamed around for 24 hours. They finally caught him. He's back to the corral.
You should have chased that one like you did the one downtown.
Yeah, we would have been live on that. Bull on the run. You got to admit, that day was fun. Never had a bull run that much through downtown Meridian. We chased him everywhere. It was a hoot, to say the least. Here's one for you. And I don't know whether he's going to say, well, I really wasn't that. And I was joking about how Kamala acted as though she was not the border Caesar. The guy that was over New York City over COVID, he was the COVID Caesar. He was fired this week, or in the end of last week, because, well, he admitted that during the lockdown of his own rules, he went to parties where he was not allowed. They have now fired him. A little late for that, isn't it? 2.5 years later. But believe this or not, there are some portions of the U.S. that still walk around with masks, and they think they're still in this. I even bump into some folks around town that still wear masks. Somebody needs to send a memo that the mask is not helping. Let's see what else is happening this morning. Johnny Cash is headed to the U.S. Capitol. And you go, why? If you will remember, do y'all remember when, again, history is being changed? That's the best way I know to put this, to where they went in each state, getting rid of anybody that they found offensive to have a bust in the U.S. Capitol. Well, they did that in Tennessee. Johnny Cash will be one of the people that replace some bust that people are angry about. And we'll have him with his guitar strap on his back. That's going to be happening soon here. The unveiling of that is coming up very quickly. Janet Jackson stepping back, going, no, I didn't say that. This is what you do when you say something that doesn't, I guess, go over well. Is go, well, they weren't my spokesperson. I don't know where they got that idea. Do y'all remember the story that came out this week where Janet Jackson was saying that Kamala was not a black lady, that she was Jamaican or something like that? She is now going, wait a minute, whoa, that was not my spokesperson. They didn't have the right to say that. I don't think it's going to affect anybody either way of her statement. It's just neither here nor there. This would be scary. You've seen it in the movies. This would be Florida is where this happened. You ever been? Well, I guess our biggest thing, we've got at least two of these parking garages, maybe 2.5. Rush has one that's small. Anderson's being bigger, and then the city has one. A parking garage. We've all been in them before. We had someone who accidentally hit the gas and drive instead of putting it reverse. The car went forward, was dangling 3rd floor. Can you imagine that thing of if you breathe wrong? Wow. They were rescued, thank heavens. Fine day not to be since I'm scared of heights, I could not do that for the fire department. I'm not sure whether they used a ladder or if they went down with a rope. Woo-hoo. That gives me the Jeeper Creepers, as they said on Scooby-Doo. I just couldn't do that. But thankfully, thank heavens, there's people in this world that do that know what to do. Let's see what else is happening today. I wanted to get over to this story. Let me see if I can find this. This is going to be happening today around the United States. There's, in 5 days, I think there's going to be 5 executions, if I read this. Yes, 5 days. 1 has already happened. We've got 4 to go as capital punishment is cast. Tonight, let me see where he is, what state this first guy is. Missouri. It's a guy that is in prison. He's been there since 2001. He is accused. She was a reporter and she done something else. She was returning home. She had her purse, and I want to say she had her husband's laptop with her. She was going to her home. She was robbed. She was murdered. She was stabbed 41 times. The person that is accused was later found with the clothes that had the blood on them. He would have possession of the laptop, purse, and his girlfriend turned him in. He says he's innocent. He will meet his maker tonight. Again, 41 times, I believe, was the amount. Woof. There's a series of other people that will meet their maker as well coming up. This next guy's Texas. He will also, 3-year-old son, he murdered him. I won't tell you all the awful things that he done to that little boy before he passed away, but he is set for execution. We have 2 other people that are on this. That's what's happening across the U.S. of A. today. They say that Diddy is not liking prison very much at all. Boy, the horror that we're hearing from all of this is just... And again, we don't have anything in, I guess, what you would call facts. We have a lot of speculations. Whatever is fact is serious. A man behind bars that has not been granted any parole or bond, let me back up and say bond on this issue as he awaits trial. He's in a very, very bad place, and what we're hearing is the place to be. There's more accounts getting deleted, and this is not your folks that are down at the 7-Eleven. This is high-profile folks, stars that you know that are connected to all of this. We'll see where it all goes, but trouble in paradise for Diddy. Can't get out. He has, I think, got a phone call or 2. That's about it so far. We've got your weather up next. I hope you'll stay with us as we get into all of that this morning. How are you? We'll be right back.
Here at Meridian Cycles, customer service is our #1 priority. And when you buy any Polaris, Can-Am, Honda, CF Moto, or Suzuki ATV or side-by-side, we're going to give you your first oil change absolutely free because we service everything we sell here at Meridian Cycles. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North or call us 601-485-8700. Come see us.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Henry joins us from South Africa. Wow, that's a long way. Odie, how long does it take to fly there?
Ooh, where at?
South Africa.
Oh, it takes a while.
It takes a while. You better bring some peanuts on that
Yeah,
flight.
because they're not going to give you money.
Yeah, that's been taken away from you on flights. But good morning. We do appreciate you joining us there. Hope you're out doing some good deeds while you're there. Stella, good morning. Good to see you as well. We have so many different people that are joining us. We do appreciate that. Thank God we still have the right for free speech. We do for a little while. Oh, y'all all worry like I do about what the future holds. We see a lot of things that happen. Sometimes you go, why is the government doing that? I'm afraid one day you may find out the answer to many, many of these. I can honestly remember watching Will Smith Do y'all remember that called Enemy of the State, that movie? This was in the 90s. And I thought, there's no way anybody could do all of that. Boy, that stuff seems like child's play now, doesn't it? What you see today, what sounds good, always remember, if you ever watched, and I'm not trying to get into conspiracy theories by any means. Anybody ever watching back in the 80s? I was a kid, a teenager watching Red Dawn. Y'all remember that? That could happen. You have somebody invade and take your technology and turn it against you. Scary. Just remember, with technology, there's always somebody that can use it for something they shouldn't. What's good can be used as bad, as we see on the streets of America now. Oh, howdy. Let's get into some weather as we begin our day. And remember, there's one protection, the best we can get, and that's Jesus Christ. Don't forget that. Let's look at radar now of what's going on across the great state of Mississippi. We're showing some showers popping up this morning right around Natchez here, in between there and Vicksburg, up the river, a little bit on each side of the river there from Louisiana, Mississippi. Kosciuszko getting a little bit of that wet stuff this morning. Also around Vaden, these areas up to Winona and Duck Hill over to Eupora. Ackerman should get a little bit as well later. The Meridian area, Jackson, all looks good now, clear even down to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. What is this that I spot on my right? Uh-oh. That's 9. Let's look at what's going on with this. This was as of 4 a.m. We've got a couple more things that we'll show you in a moment. As we look at this, wind speed this morning of 35 miles an hour. Gust of about 46 miles an hour. 1,001 millibars moving northwest at 8 miles an hour. Now, today is Tuesday. This will develop, and by tomorrow afternoon, look at this, around 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, this is going to change to a Cat 1. 75 miles an hour. Wind gust of about 92. This will make landfall somewhere around late Thursday afternoon. Look at this as we see this last report here. Before landfall that we're projected at this point. This will move from where it is now at just a tropical storm all the way up to a Category 3. We're looking at this to be 115 miles an hour. Sustained winds with gusts of 138 miles an hour as it slams in to the Florida coastline. Now, as you look here, here's Apalachicola. This will be, most of these lines are putting it just to the east of there. Right here is the path that we're going to go with at this point. And again, all of this can change just a little bit. There's Tallahassee. This will come ashore somewhere, and let's look at this. Here's Woodville, and let's click on the map here. This is a little town called, and let me see if I can pronounce this correctly, Wakalula Beach, Florida.
Sounds good to me.
I'm close. I may be a little off on that, but it looks to be the eye of the hurricane, where at this point is projected to be. Keep in mind, with all of this storm can go east, it can go west. We're a couple of days out, and this is going to be a major hurricane. Unlike the one that we just had that was a Category 1, this is projected to be a 3. Could it move up to a 4? Yes. Now, I know there were a lot of people trying to show that this would come across into Mississippi. This does not touch Mississippi at this point. As we'll see the edges of Alabama, and again, this is the west side of the storm, Dothan, these areas here from Birmingham to Gadsden. This is the west side. You'll get some rain. This is the side that needs to be worried, that east side, Greenville, Augusta, these areas here, Douglas, Georgia, Dublin, all these areas, Athens, all of that should be heeding warnings and getting ready for this as it approaches. We're going to get some showers most likely, but nothing big compared to what's going to happen to the east of us. And again, not projected at this point as Mother Nature. Anything could happen and it move. But we're not thinking it'll be kind of like the last one to where it can move somewhere in here, either 15, 20, 30 miles either way, but no major shift are we expecting it to come to the coastline of Mississippi off the Gulf. We're going to say Florida. Now, it could even go a little bit further here as you see Sarasota in this. This is look at the width of this one. This is a lot wider than the last storm that we had. That other one was so narrow when it came ashore. If you remember, where Meridian was in the pathway, it shrunk to where it was out of it by the time it made landfall. It was not near the storm that is coming to Florida. So if you live in Florida, got family there, make sure that you talk to them and make sure that they're aware of this and they are prepared for what's coming. It's going to be a major storm come across there. So Florida, Dothan, Alabama, and everything east over to Sarasota, Florida, y'all be ready for what is coming over the next few days. We want everybody safe to where you can join us each and every day, right? Let's get deeper into this forecast.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Way back when? Back in 16. My, 2016? That just seems,
way back when.
it sounds like last week, but it's not.
8 years.
Eight. Yeah, our arithmetic between my fingers and Odie's have added up 8. Whew. It was 101 today on that day. Back in 1990, Angie almost had me cornered. I was almost married then. It was 43 today. My, oh my. As we look ahead, this is what's forecasted, 92 today. Now, again, this will change 10 degrees tomorrow. And we're going to look at the forecast here in just a moment. But 92 today, it's been hot the last few days of this heat index. We'll stay that way all the way up to Columbus Air Force Base through Mississippi State and back over to Greenwood and those areas there. We see 89. Back down to Natchez, it's going to be around 90. McGee, y'all look at that, 91 today. As we move east into Bama, we'll see 92 at Demopolis. Even over at Birmingham, holding steady at that 91 to 92, in between there and Tuscaloosa on 20. Caution, that heat. Here's what we've got there. Normal in portions of Mississippi in the northwest corner. Kind of warm over here on the east side, isn't it? As we look at California, a little bit warmer there as it makes its way toward West Texas. Now, let's back up here. I got happy there, trigger happy. Here's what we have for today, 91 to 92 with a slight chance of rain, and we're seeing that up near the Vaden area this morning. As we look at tomorrow, y'all be cautious, leave a little bit early as we see a 60% chance of rain. That means, well, the streets are going to be slick. Drive slower, 82 for that high. And by Thursday, we're sitting at 78 degrees for a high. Still a 50% chance of rain. We're down to only a 20% chance on Friday, a high of 79. By Saturday, and we've got a lot of events that are going to be taking place on Saturday, it's perfect. 82 and sunshine. 0% chance of rain. We ought to really enjoy that. Sunday, the same thing as you head off to church. 84 for a high, even staying at 82 on Monday. Boy, y'all look at this. This is a trend that will start tomorrow for the next 2 weeks in the 80s. Low 80s for 2 weeks. Is it fake fall? What do they call that? A mirage? Is that what it is? Let's hope it stays.
Be nice.
80-degree weather. It will. Chilly. I can't wait. I ain't even been to Wendy's and had a bowl of chili in a while because it's been so hot. We'll have to do that, won't we? It's coming. Slight chances of rain all the way through the 8th there. Not a whole lot there as we look at that. And again, as we look at this fishing forecast, let's go into that. Our good friends at J&J Auto Sales bringing that to us. Today, a major time started at 6:30, and it's good through about 8:30 this morning. You'll get another chance of this somewhere around dark 30, right around 7 o'clock through 9 p.m. Fish as long as you like till you can see at 7 o'clock. Fishing will be good. The sunshine will be high 92. The wind's going to be calm, becoming south-south around 5 miles an hour. Not bad at all. Perfect for fishing if you're going to be heading out for that. One last look at this just to show you that we do have another front that is starting there off the coast of Africa. It's at 80% as we look at this. Now here's what you got. We talked about that a minute ago on 9. Tropical depression moving forward at 35 miles an hour. That will make hurricane status in the next 24 to 48 hours in a Category 3 as it makes landfall come Thursday. It's going to be moving once it hits that warm weather and will be quite violent there as we watch that. That's a look at our forecast this morning. That's what we've got. We're coming back with the morning show. What time is it? Ooh. Uh-oh. Ooh, we got to get out so we can come back. We got to get a cup of coffee, a pot started here in just a second. Join us, won't you? We'll be right back as the morning show gets underway with Scotty Ray and Odie. We'll see you in just a moment.